Hi everybody, this is Sean Worthington with CloudCoin, and I'm here to talk about how we can store CloudCoins on packaging. And I'm going to go ahead and open up a CloudCoin right now and take a look at it. And this will show you a text representation of a CloudCoin, and of course we can embed them in JPEGs and PNGs as binary files, but this is just the text representation of a CloudCoin. So when we open it up, this one is written in JSON. We can see that the bulk of the CloudCoin are these GUIDs. We have 25 of them. They make the coin quite large. It's a file that is now about 1K in size. However, when we write CloudCoins to a package, we're probably not going to want to write so much code, especially if we're just printing it. If we're putting it on a NFC chip, then we could do this just fine. If we're putting it on an RFID chip, we could do it as well. If we're doing a QR code, it's a little bit more tricky. Barcode is much more tricky. But let's try to just put this as text on a package. Well, the first thing that we're going to have to do is we're going to have to reduce the number of authenticity numbers that we use to just one. And so normally we have one authenticity number for every RADA, but now we're going to use the same authenticity number for all the RADA. We can also get rid of fields that are there just for the user to use and not necessarily are accurate. They're calculated. And we can get rid of all of the JSON notation, which is just to help computers look at it and figure it out. That takes up a lot of space. Alright, so now our file is much smaller. In fact, we got it down to 63 bytes. And we can get it down to much less bytes by putting it in an order that we understand. That allows us to get rid of the headings. So now we've got it down to 48 bytes, knowing that the network number is first and the serial number is second and the authenticity number is third. But we don't need the network number because all of our coins are all on network number 1. Alright, so now this is much smaller, and you might wonder how many different combinations are possible with an authenticity number this large. And the fact is that here's how many different combinations are possible. This is a number that's so large that of course nobody would ever even try to guess it, and that's what we're trying to achieve with CloudCoin. We're trying to make hackers or governments or the nation of China take a look at that and say, you know what, we're not going to be able to hack that, forget about it, don't even try. But for a product, we don't need to have that many combinations. We can reduce it. And so I'm going to reduce that. Let's just cut that in half. Okay, now we're down to 28 bytes. This is great. We can write this on a package easily. The only problem with this is that it's not very human friendly to type. And so we can get it even more condensed. And the way that we can do that is by breaking this into code words, and this is really just to make it more human readable. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take every 4 numbers, I still have to separate it with serial numbers, and I'm going to assign a code word for each of these 4 numbers. Now this is in hexadecimal, but we'd actually have to convert it to decimal first before we do this. But then we create what's called a lookup table. And so here is some code words, and all of these words represent a number. And so for example, I've got 378 here. I would have to scroll to 378. That's truth. So I can take that and I can type in truth. And then I've got to look up code number 8585. And so now I'm going to go, and I'm going to have to do a lot of scrolling because there's 10,000 of them here. Let's see if I can find it. 85, getting close. 8585, okay, Amoy. Not all the words are the same. And then I could look up the rest of these, and then I could enter those into a website, or I could enter them into a application that is on my Android or my iPhone, or I could even use a desktop application, and then it's going to give me a CloudCoin. It's going to take ownership of it. It's going to change the authenticity codes, not on just one server, but 25 servers, and it's going to put it back in that exact way that it started, so that we can have a full protection of a CloudCoin, be completely free to use it however we want to, and we won't have to worry about even starting an account or logging in, or private keys or public keys. So this makes it very easy, and now you've got an idea of how we can actually put coins onto packaging. There's a lot of options that I probably haven't even thought about. You could certainly give people USB drives that have the full coins. You could have a setup where they have to go log in and you email them the coins. Different stuff. Thank you for watching this, and if you've got any questions, please email me at cloudcoin@protonmail.com. Thank you.